Hey, folks, Automatic here. Automatic, all that stuff. There are not links in the description because I'm lazy. I hope this stream finds you well. I am doing good. I wanted to play some more Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, and so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I actually, like, yesterday's, no, not, it was 2 days ago I streamed this, right? Anyhow, then I couldn't really recap what had happened in the previous installment because so much time had elapsed. And after looking at the map a little bit, I noticed that I overlooked a few things that I clearly had in mind the last time I visited this. But, you know, it happens. Time passes, you kind of forget what you were doing. And then upon revisiting it, it takes a while for you to be like, oh, damn, I was setting up for this or that. Anyhow. Hey, Happy Monkey. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I also, at the end of the last one, said that I was going to do some housekeeping, as it were. Try to... Well, we have a mission impending here at Caprica. And the fleet group there, BSG 92, it's not a very powerful fleet. In fact, if I remember correctly, I believe you got twin planets here. Caprica and Geminon. I believe Geminon had a fleet. I'm not positive, but if they did, it got wiped out. Or they never had one to begin with. And the Caprican fleet, the one in question that we're setting up to do a mission with, it apparently has been hit hard and has essentially received replacements. But the replacements are Corvette heavy, plus an extra support ship. Now, if you're going to go for all Corvettes, they're small ships, right? They do have ordnance capabilities in terms of missiles. And so I guess if you're going to have 4 Corvettes, thus making up the bulk of your fleet, it's not a bad deal to have support ships on hand, because they can restock those. They can also buff the Corvettes, and you buff a Corvette enough, it can be dangerous for the enemy. Now, other than those, it only has a frigate and its flagship, which of course is a Battlestar. So I mean, that's good. But yeah, I've noticed that Geminon does not have a fleet. And then after the last, 2 operations ago, we had a battle at Vergon. And the fleet that was defending it is BSG 86. It was commanded by Commander Barstow, and she was aboard the Thanatos, which was a Battlestar, the flagship for that fleet. Well, in the opening minute or 2 of that battle, the Thanatos was destroyed. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it lasted a little longer, but it was the first of our capital ships to fall, and then its 2 supporting carriers fell. What I'm getting at here is we now have 2 colonies, Vergon and Geminon, that have next to nothing defending it. I shouldn't say that about Vergon, because as you see, there's other fleet groups there. They're not our core fleet groups. They're very small supply fleets. But I figured I should rush them to this area in order to at least supplement BSG 86, or what remains of it, with some smaller ships. Get it into a position where it can at least put up a fight if it has to. So that's why you got all those ships gathered there. But there's no commanding officer there from Vergon. There is a flag officer there, but I believe he's a carpetbagger. He's from elsewhere. I do too, Happy Monkey. It is kind of nice to, play something where I've got more time to think, I guess. Turn-based stuff. Hey, Plaz, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Plaz, by the way, at the end of the last stream, I switched it from, because, this is when I realized, at the end, I switched it from top chat to whatever the other one is. In fact, I've got it on top chat now. Live chat, and then scrolled up and realized that you had said something. I think you only said hello. But apologies for not acknowledging that. I believe you were the only one, so there's housekeeping there. Yeah, it can take a while to get into a game like this with a steep learning curve. Yeah, that is true. You do. And, I mean, so much helps, like, understanding where the placement of guns are on different ships. And that's like stuff you can learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? In terms of, you're going to get it with the colonial ships, because those are the ships you're using, but to understand the Cylon ships, which I don't know where their gun placements are, for the most part. There's some that I figured it out, but it's amazing. I don't know. One thing I appreciate about this game is how much information you can look into that I have not looked into. So that's the situation with two colonies that are kind of, in my opinion, at risk right now. Vergon having, I almost wanted to say, suffered a defeat. It was a victory, but a Pyrrhic victory. And whatever's happening at Geminon. Now, so I thought, well, I need a Vergonese, if that'd be the right word. I need a Vergonese officer, and I need an officer from Geminon. So I looked into my ranks, and actually, we have an officer from Geminon. She's with Colonial Fleet 400, which is not, it's not a Battlestar fleet. In fact, it's a fleet that I use to bring out big ships. Like, say you want to add a carrier to one of these other fleets. I have the fleet stay at the colony that it's supposed to defend, but I need to get that carrier out there, and he sure as shit ain't going to sail alone, you know? So fleets like 400, I think there's 450 and 550, or 350, 400, and 550. As you can see, I try to do it by the 50. They're basically resupply fleets. So she's in charge of that, and honestly, she won a battle recently, which really, like, she's a commander. When I first assigned her to that, she was a lieutenant colonel, but she's been winning battles. So Geminon's going to get a fleet officer, then it just needs a fleet, which we can't help them with, even though we have a ton of ships building up around our main base, because those ships... Hell, I don't know what I'm doing with those ships yet. Anyhow, I think today's priority is going to be out here. Out in Helios Delta. The planet is Canceron. The mission is called Herald, and I don't know what it's about. We have two fleets there. One is BSG 79. So we'll look him up. The flagship is called the Pyrenees, and it is commanded by Commander Randall, who's been, I remember him now. He has been in this campaign almost the entire time, so certainly a solid commanding officer. The ship, the Pyrenees, it's a rather new ship. It's one of those ships that I kind of describe as a glass cannon, unfortunately, but nonetheless, he has taken it as his flagship. Here's the thing about this fleet. It actually has another Battlestar, an older style Battlestar. So it's got two battleships, so to speak, to put it in a World War II parlance. Beyond that, it has a carrier, which unfortunately would slow the whole damn fleet down. A frigate, a light carrier, a couple corvettes. Whew, that's not great. That's not great, but they do have a mission ahead of them. I'm considering swapping out those corvettes for something else, since we do have a supply fleet here. Oh, it wasn't on the 50s, it was 455. Yeah, anyhow, let's see what 455 has. They've got a frigate. That's their flagship, though. I don't want to take that away from them. Albeit for just one battle, but... Tell you what, I'll keep them as is. Let's get a briefing on what's happening at Canceron. Yeah, we do that, and we'll at least better understand what Commander Randall Is that his name? What he's facing. Yeah, Randall. Okay. Raptor 69 to command. The squadron has been treated to a round of drinks from Starbuck or Starbucks. Oh, okay. She is currently threatening to frack anyone that can outdrink her. Maybe she'll frack anyone that can outdrink her. Where are you? Okay. All right, folks, I want to thank you all for stopping by tonight. I gotta run. I gotta see what's up with this. No, Grayson, how are you? Good to see you, man. Thanks, Fuzz. I still felt bad. Hey, Samuel, how are you? Good to see you, man. Yeah. So say we all, Tar. I knew what you mean. They're toters, too. They tote around some shite. Good to see you, Tar. Good to see you, Samuel. Orb walking. How you doing, man? Good to see you as well. Says, I would do anything for Starbucks. The newer one, right? Not the guy's dead though, isn't he? Or no, that was Richard Hatch played no, was he Starbuck? Or was he Apollo? I don't remember. Anyhow, so that's the order of the day. I feel like I should do some housekeeping. I just hate to bog down this stream with it. For instance, I feel like I ought to start getting heavier ships out here and actually supplement this fleet. Like, yeah, in fact, I need to do this on Virgon in case it gets attacked before we make our first move. So let's start with this. This fleet is just one supply ship, support ship. Okay, they're not going to be able to help. I don't even know why they're here. It's ballsy of them, right? Like, they need ships to defend Virgon. Let's go. This one's got a carrier and a corvette. That don't seem right. So in other words, I probably already did this. Yeah, I did. I filled out Fleet Group 86 to some extent. Since they don't have an officer, that's really all they can carry. Which is 3 carriers and 2 frigates. Boy, that's a small fleet to defend a planet, but okay. Alright. Let's get that briefing.
Commander, I've just received a priority message from Kane's office in Libran. Patching it through to your desk.
Lieutenant, see that this gets through to the operational commander immediately. We have reason to believe Cancerin is hosting a hostile envoy.
Our sources cannot confirm whether the envoy's presence is at the request of Prime Minister Hudson or a splinter faction of Cancerin politics. Regardless, its presence serves to destabilize Cancerin's position within the Quorum.
Commander, I need you to send an investigative force immediately. Colonial Fleet's general orders stand. Use equal and necessary force against any hostiles present.
And importantly, do not harm any of the escorting Cancerins. We are trying to end this war, not start a new one with our own
Okay, Prince.
Seems straightforward enough. Except how they both sidestepped who it is we're supposed to be looking for. I would say the Admiral is adapting to quorum politics like a natural.
I would say I don't want lectures from Prince Stefan. Prince False Flag about civilian casualties. Jesus Christ, this guy. Anyways, yeah. He did a whole false flag thing. A bunch of people got killed and blamed it on the Cylons, so. He got that. Canceron's political arena is overwhelmingly large and multifaceted, which, if you've taken your Democracy 101, that's not good. The worst thing you can... What's the worst that can happen with 300 political parties? Well, a fringe party takes power. That's what happens. Field agents have been unable to verify the identity or nature of the diplomatic envoy, nor its patron host. Okay. Minimizing harm to Canceron personnel and assets remains a priority. Yeah, let's just not do any harm to them. We'll see. Space station. It could blow up. Oh, you know, an errant missile or some shit. Well, we'll get straight to that battle after we get the Cylons a say. Actually, I need to make sure no fleets need repair. That would suck for a fleet to get a hit. Nah, they're good. Alright, here we go.
Cylon escort group has been detected. Detected a Cylon strike fleet, sir.
Seriously? This is... No. Oh, there are multiple fleets located at Canceron. Which fleet should start? Mission Broken Alliance 8 Herald. Well, of course, I think we'll do Commander Randall's fleet. I don't know about this, but here we go.
A fortified colony is under attack.
What's this? This is not that. This is a Cylon attack on Pycon. The fleet there can hold them off. That's like one of my better fleets, I think. Anyway, yeah, they'll just do it on their own. Galactica we're holding off on, and there it is. Broken Alliance 8 Herald. Alright. Apollo was a dominant. Yo, yeah. Yeah, I should have put that together. Oh, Starbuck was the blind. Oh, yeah. No, I knew that with the new one. I mean, Richard Hatch, like the old show. I said old how many times? Yeah, I know the cast quite well for the newer show, just because that's the one I was really enamored with. I've only come to respect the old Battlestar Galactica through that. Back when I was a kid, I didn't. It was Star Wars or bust. Hawk, how you doing? Good to see you. We have hostiles calling the legend Johnny PR. Oh, we talk about him as far out as the Helios Delta sector in this game. The legend goes on. So I'm anxious to look at Randall's fleet. But I know he has 2 Corvettes, which isn't... That's my only worry. That 2 of his ship slots are filled by essentially one of the smallest ships you can have. But to be honest, you have those battles where a Corvette can sail around without, because all the big ships are focused on each other, you know. It doesn't always work out that way, but I have seen it where it's like, wow, my Corvettes are fine, and I think I'm going to load a nuke onto one of those. Then they destroy it. Never watched the original series. I've only seen episodes, not. I never watched it like through and through. I've probably seen 3 or 4 episodes, maybe at best. Always meant to, but just never did. Just campy. I'm sorry. I appreciate it, but it's just campy. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I'm only seeing... So this is a misnomer. There's only 4 contacts out there in front of the space station. That's not going to be the case. We all know that. Also, there was the idea that there are friendlies somewhere. Friendlies or at least neutral parties. So this doesn't tell me anything. Except that there's going to be a lot more ships. I just don't see them yet. I don't have anything else to base my positioning off of, so I'm just going to start moving ships over to the right. And just hope that the fleet that comes to attack me is going to appear on the left. I suppose I'll keep most everything together. In fact, let's have them in a little bit. That way I can fit ships on their starboard side as well. I'll get it. It doesn't have to be perfect, Otto. Let's go. All right. I'm going to put the lighter ships around the carrier because the two Battlestars are leading the way. The one on top is the flagship. They can fire flak, so out both their starboard and port sides. So of course, if they were to do that with a friendly ship right next to them, probably be bad. And then we've got the corvettes. Strangely, I might leave those out here. They'll just sail around like they're submarines, but they're not. But independent of the fleet in a way. And a half-assed wolf pack. Okay, let's talk ordnance. The flagship, yes, a nuke is great. And then, honestly, another nuke. Can we put more nukes? Nope, that's it? Okay. Well, when we're out of them, we're going to be thinking about another nuke. Let's put another nuke on the Osiris. If you're sensing a theme here, you're right. Boy, I've never used a sweeper. They deploy chaff payloads to provide radar and projectile countermeasure zones. I don't know if this is the time for me to be practicing something, but let's do it. Let's try a sweeper. I hope it's a Hoover. The frigate. Do I put nukes on the frigate too? No, I don't think I do. I'll give them guided missiles. That's fine. The light carrier's carrying a fighter squadron. Okay, the supply ship. They've got a nuke. What about another nuke? Let's try another nuke. So we can resupply the capital ships with nukes if we have to. That means in total we'll have, what, 5? 5. Other than that, it's guided missiles from the frigate, the Monaco. And then these two have torpedoes, which are unguided, but there's more of them. I don't know if I want that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I could give them nukes. Didn't the original have a Cartwright and a member of the A-Team in it? I think it did. I think the member of the A-Team was he wasn't Apollo. I think he was Starbuck. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's who he played. I shouldn't even weigh in because I don't know. But when you mention the A-Team member, Cartwright, is that Linda Cartwright? Is that? Well, anyways, here we go. Commander Randall, been around for a long time. Don't you die. We just lost some serious shit, so please. We need a victory, man. Although the last battle was a victory, it was kind of a washout. But the one prior to that, ouch.
Fleet group is jumping in 3, 2, 1. Jump complete. Dratus marks en route to the station. Only one is coming back unfriendly.
SDU?
No. It's Cylon.
So one of those is friendly. Could you tell me which one is not friendly? Do we have intel on that? Okay. Well, that's still the only thing on the board is those 4 signatures. We need Figure out which one's the friendly or unfriendly. Hostile.
Launching fighters.
She did say it's coming back unfriendly, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
She didn't say
Yes,
hostile.
Commander.
We're just launching all the
Understood.
things, all the fighters. I'm worried about my flagship, so the supply ship is gonna essentially add some more plating on the fly to let's start with the front. We'll just
Launching
go
drones.
around it. These guys, let's get closer. I could regret this in the end, but considering
So
3
say
of
we
those
all.
should be friendly ships, or again, maybe neutral. I don't know. If we're only talking one Cylon ship, I guess, yeah, let's just get in there and figure it out. Here we go.
All systems are nominal.
The Cancerin escort is holding fire, but they're not getting out of the way either.
The Cancerins may have been dealing with the SDU, but I wouldn't think Wanuda was stupid enough to keep blatantly open channels with the Cylons.
Our intel says things on the ground are getting messy as well. Our field agents are locked down at the Caprican embassy, and I can't get a response from any Cancerin operators.
What? So the Canceron government is meeting with Cylons. And these, what I'm taking as neutral ships, then they're an escort for the Cylon ship that we're here to destroy? I don't know if that's... Is that what I'm supposed to glean from
Understood.
that? We just need IDs. Can go ID them. We'll take a Raptor. Just order it to fly over there and figure out what's what. With a fighter escort, I mean that could be deemed hostile. With a fighter escort, for sure. All the other squadrons can stay with the big bulk of ships, and honestly, I'm not gonna sail on there like we're about to dock. Let's start turning. Let's turn our broadside to them.
Understood.
Because yeah, either I wasn't paying attention during the briefing, or something. I did not get that Canceron, I don't know, military or politicians are meeting with Cylons. Like, now that that's been spelled out, I'm half inclined to use all these nukes. Slow down the supply ship. Ultimately, the supply ship will cut to the starboard side of the rest of the fleet, I guess. Let's get that sweeper out there, too. Do not know what to do with it, but I'm guessing put it in between us and the not us. That's in order. Daddy Cartwright from Bonanza? God, I don't know. The guy that played Face Man on the 18, yeah. Oh, Lorne Green! Lorne Green, yeah. He was Commander Adama. That's right. Grayson says, I can't decide which method of space travel is more advanced. Star Trek warp drives or Galactica's jump drive. On the one hand, you have an engine that warps the fabric of space to propel the ship. On the other, you can teleport an entire ship several light years in an instant. Ugh. The Galactica's form of jumping just seems uncomfortable as hell. The way they make it out in that episode they call 33, I think it was, because every 33 minutes they jumped. That seemed bad. To put it in layman's terms, right? Can we get an ID on one of these, please? Okay, one of them is launching fighters, and I'd say that's a no-no, but I just did the same thing. And they're shooting. Okay. Fair enough, we get you.
Understood.
Let's intercept them. With 2 squadrons, we'll leave the rest back to defend the fleet. There they are.
Yes, sir.
Get the fleet a little more situated here. I hate having the frigate on that side.
On it, Commander. Yes, Commander.
I think that's all good. Does look like the flagship wants to veer a little to port, so we'll correct that. Elevation-wise, we're good. The gunships, or rather the corvettes. Yeah, just
Yes,
kind of
sir.
ignore the enemy fighters and keep going. We want a close look at these fuckers. Frackers. We'll have our sweeper get closer too in case they get missile crazy. And our recon ship is, honestly, he's so far behind the corvettes that his job's going to be done for him by the time he gets out there. Nonetheless, I'm setting him. More fighters. That's a Canceron ship, hence why it's not firing. Here we go.
Commander, multiple Dratus contacts, all hostile.
Yeah.
Lachesis has been advised of this colonial interference. Reinforcements are incoming.
You heard Kane. General orders stand. Remove all Cylon threats and minimize harm to colonial assets and people.
Whether they're accommodating or not.
Yeah, no shit. Well, is anyone surprised? We knew there'd be a lot more than 4 ships here. Now it's time for the Canceron local forces to make a decision. Who are you gonna fight? Or are you just gonna sail around in the middle of this battle? So that's one of them. We'll check this next one and just work our way back. There's additional Cylon fighter squadrons. And this, I believe, is, yeah, it's like a little gun turret. I think it'll play hell on my squadrons unless they go right after it. Certainly want to get the sweeper out of there. Let's fire some chaff just to try it out. I don't know how many goes we have with it, but we'll kind of head that way and just fire it. See what happens. Plus, I want them to get away from the Cylon fighters. That guy's heading out there. We're sending another fighter squadron to that area. In fact, we'll just go ahead and put him on a target. Go long and hit him. Okay, that'll be the fighter micromanagement. Hey, Rob, how are you? No, we're close to finding it. Right now, I gotta tell you, the last battle group that fought, it was the Vergon fleet. It was decimated. I mean, the remnants of the fleet still exist. It was technically a victory, but not great. This is Canceron's fleet with Commander Randall, and, who knows? Let's hope it goes alright, but honestly, I see what they've done. They're damn near flanking us. So I'm half inclined to turn the main fleet again. Get them going from the flagship at about a 45-degree angle. Out here. Could also use the asteroids to some extent. So, I mean, yeah, this might be our best bet. We'll do it incrementally. Like, start turning the front. Worry about the rest when they show up at the front of the queue. And I think that's it. I think. Oh, yeah. Supply ships should cancel deploy plating and start deploying plating to the port side of the flagship. How's our elevation in relation to them? Good deal. As long as we're lower. And then there's 3 ships out here that I don't want to say don't worry about them, but for now, they got to get closer anyways. Okay, let's, I think we'll focus on the corvettes since they're buzzing these ships. Got missile launches. Ouch. Oh, that's a lot of them. Those torpedoes. That's a nuke. Holy shit. What corvette was this? I say was because, well, he is moments away from getting hit by a nuke. It's the Vanguard. Very, very, has seen a lot. It's an older ship. They're going to come out of boost, go full offensive, because they won't survive the nuke, and fire all their torpedoes at that fucker. And, did I cancel that? No, it's still doing it. Okay. Oh, they have jamming going on, too. So, that blue sphere indicates that the missiles, their guidance systems won't work, but now that I say that, I remember our corvettes are using torpedoes, unguided ordnance. So yes, they will fire. They surprised me with a nuke. At least we could surprise them with torpedoes instead of guided. Sucks, though. I don't think our chaff out here is going to do anything about that nuke. Man, I just, we got missiles, torpedoes coming in from there, hitting our flagship on the port side. Do we want to do flak? Or do we just want to take it? Let's go into defensive posture. I wonder how many more jamming systems they have. I can't counter target them. I don't know. I don't see them yet, really, technically. So we'll fire our guns at them. That's about it. And go into a defensive posture. I don't think changing elevation is going to matter much, but we'll also climb. Of course, if I'm not firing missiles, then why not use flak? Well, because you got a fighter squadron out there, never mind. Yep, let's spare the fighters and spare the flak. Well, we return fire when we have a target. Nope, keep doing what you're doing. I'm trying to get this little guy. Yep. Maybe even get him in between the 2 Battlestars so he can fire his missiles. And I believe we are already buffing the port side of... Yeah, so this may not do a lot of damage, this torpedo salvo that just hit us. And since it's unguided, I don't know that our sweeper can do a whole lot about it. I'm going to bring the sweeper back. He's just going to kind of zigzag. Again, I don't think I've ever used a sweeper, so it's a bit of a trial and error thing. They've got a squadron closing in on us, but we've got 2 of ours trying to intercept it. I'm sure that'll work out. This one's going to take out this I don't know what to call them, Scorpion Squadron. Really just little turrets. I guess I'm focusing on this since they're about to nuke me. he's going to peel off as well, because the explosion could actually damage the cataphract as well. He'll dive. No, he'll climb. And he will dive. He needs to get out of there, this little raptor squad. Don't want to be around when that thing goes off. In fact, he might just board the Cylon. I'm guessing that's a Battlestar finally, right? An Argos. Starting to look pretty Cylon, though. Okay. Here we go. Wait! The nuke missed! It's doubling back. I think that did it. Yeah. I was hopeful there for a second. And he was descending. I mean, it would have been nice if he was right up against that Argos class when the nuke went off. Granted, I would have lost my... Yeah, I think that would have hurt them. Man, for a minute there, I was thinking, like, is the nuke... Has it fallen victim to the signal scrambling stuff that they were doing? This ship may not survive either, so let's run. Actually, those are Cylon ships, and the Canceron aren't shooting at us, so at least I don't think they are. No, they're just sitting there. What a bunch of pricks. Okay. Get this straightened out a little bit. Wonder if we can put counterfire on this yet. Not really. We still haven't identified them, and this might be another jammer. Not a Kool-Aid jammer. If it was a Kool-Aid jammer, we'd drop our flak and defenses and take it aboard and indulge. Then once we'd established our sugar high, we would commence the fighting again. That's the plan. In case any of you are curious, what's he going to do if they start trying to send Kool-Aid over to his ship? Now you know. They're launching fighters back there. I'm more interested in this fighter squadron, personally. So let's intercept it. And do we have fighters defending the fleet? Yes, we do. So you guys intercept that too. How's our flagship looking after what it took? So left side did get damaged a little bit. It's still in great shape. And it took a few in the rear, as it were. For Easter, Brox has jelly bird eggs. What kind of eggs do you think we were expecting? Boa constrictor eggs? Yeah, dinosaur eggs, maybe. I don't know. Snake, you're right. Now, if I ran that company, I'd just call them bunny eggs and let the consumer figure that out. Made with real bunny eggs. Those round things aren't eggs. You've never owned a bunny, have you? Okay, well, what ship was that? The Vanguard. What a name, too. Alright, they got first blood. Here we go, I think. Let me make sure just our guns, at any rate, are focused on this closest ship. Despite the fact that we can't target it with missiles yet. I would imagine it's in gun range. Oh, okay. Yeah, he already was. All right, here goes. I keep second guessing myself. Yep, here we go. Man, I don't know what that ship is, but it did not take long to reload. And we cannot return fire yet because this guy is jamming us. Fucking Cylons. Frackin' Cylons. Always messing with, what is this? Oh, just a regular raider. An enemy fighter squadron auto. That's all that is. Well, yeah, keep plating that port side of the flagship, because it keeps getting hit there. And yeah, now it's not in as great of a condition on that side. Still can't use any of our nukes for fear that we're just going to be wasting them. The Osiris, which is the old flagship of this fleet, and can pack a punch. It's not taking any damage, and it's dishing out some fire, so that's awesome. I know Commander Randall was probably torn about what ship he's on. He's on the newest one, but that the Osiris was his flagship for a long time. And as for this poor bastard, run. It sounds cruel to say put the space station in between you and the enemy, but you gotta be selfish sometimes. Besides, these cancer on people they're negotiating with Cylons. Look at their ship sitting here. What are you doing? Alright. Now what to focus on? I'm thinking I focus on, even though he's kind of trying to get out of the battle. I think if anybody's going to explode this round, it would probably be the Cataphract, which is another Corvette. Keep running, man. Keep running. Holy shit. They actually stopped firing. I think he's creating enough distance. Now, of course, he's not going to get repairs. Not out here. The ship that can repair him's with the fleet. But he may take some of the attention off of our main fleet. It does appear that a Revenant gunship is turning to chase him. There's also... They're wasting a war driver. These are the enemy fighters that jam our missiles. Well, he's got unguided ordnance, so he can fire his missiles. They're not going to be very accurate. But that's kind of interesting. And there's a civilian ship. Great. Okay. Well, that's all I'm worried about over there by the space station. Next, we'll concentrate on the fleet and ask ourselves why the one ship is trying to hit a giant rock. Captain, I've given her all I got. We need a bloody miracle. I'm only an engineer, not Jesus. That's like Bones and Scotty all in one. We be jamming. You know that's what they're jamming to on those ships. Those damn robot-style Cylons. The Centurions. Probably clam bacon in those helmets. Bunch of reptilians. No, I get. In this iteration, they weren't really they were just robots, weren't they? They should have made some reptilians. Like, yeah, we made hot chicks and like reptile people. I'd be like, that's of course you did. I'm good. Really wishing I had this game. It's a good one. I wonder if they finally bundled anything together for it, because that review I watched made it seem like they had, which would have been nice instead of me buying all the damn DLC separately. Except one. There's still one that I need to buy, but it's so far. Like, I'm still really early game, believe it or not. So I'm not even worried about it because it wouldn't come into play for a long time. Who you calling shady? Just the cancer on government. The people are delightful. Isn't that what we always say? My head is mostly clear. Only loud noises make me wince now. I actually have the lights on again. Easy go swimming or going full. I think she did. It does, yeah. It's definitely the same class as Colonial 1. Hot chicks and reptile, man. I mean, you hear that and you're just like, that's awesome. Good job, Cylons. I mean, did you think about Wolfmen? And, they'd be like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course you did. Silly me, I forgot. You're Cylons. Oh, yeah, man. Wolfmen. That'd be killer. Do we have an ID on that closest ship yet? Yes, we do. Well, how about that? Can they jam us? Yes, they can. But we've got several fighter squadrons trying to deal with that. One of our smaller ships could focus its fire on a fighter squadron since it has smaller guns. If that makes any sense. Plus, let's put you on an aggressive posture. You know why? Because you're a light carrier. I don't think the enemy's even thinking about you. They don't care. They're more worried about the Battlestar and how is it doing. All right, it's hanging in there. They're trying to hack into our systems and f up our armory. Don't want that, but we still can't fire missiles. It's really the long and short of it all. That's until that happens, we're just gonna keep on broadsiding. I might turn a little bit to port with the fleet. I guess. Hell, that'll do. That'll do. I'd say nothing. I really want to see if this Corvette gets out of here. The Cataphract. Oh yeah, they're trying to hack his systems. And they're firing missiles. Torpedoes, okay. Well, you can dodge torpedoes, man. So you do that. Turn hard to port. And elevate. And they're trying to hack into his fire control. They're really worried about him firing missiles. But look what he's done. He has... I kind of suspected that by putting the... No, those are guided missiles. They are going to hit him. So scratch that. We are going to put the space station to be... Look, the commander of this Corvette would rather survive and hope that these missiles hit an empty part of the space station. This is logic I'm using. It's a big Cylon ship. All right. And they are still launching fighters. Wow. Okay. How are we doing now with the jamming? No jamming going on that I'm aware of. I'm not perfectly confident that this is going to work, but let's fire a nuke at the closest ship. Let's try, anyways. Hopefully our fighters stay clear. Our fighters seem to be heading after that, whatever that is. I'm going to have one of them peel off and hit this, whatever this little fighter squadron is. And it appears that... Oh, I see. These things fire missiles. They fire guided missiles. Well, this will be a dick move then. We take this sweeper deal. We just have them go right across the front of them. And, want some chaff or whatever. Oh, he doesn't have any more. Never mind. Recall. Oh, well. It was a good idea. If that thing fires missiles, just throw some stuff in between. But, well. Alright. I think, last thing is this Corvette can get into an offensive posture, second condition 1, and fire guided ordnance. We're hoping this is our window to hit them with a damn missile. Fingers crossed. That is 2 Battlestars, yes. Randall's flagship is rather new. It's a Minerva class. Kind of a glass cannon, but it's still a good ship. And then his older ship is down here, the Artemis class. Yeah, the older ship is actually laying down a beating, hopefully, on this guy. Yeah, he is. In fact, firing a nuke at this ship would be probably a waste. Let's cancel that. I'm glad I looked. He's barely holding on. The flagship does need some more plating. I think that'll do. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping for the destruction of that closest Cylon ship, and I'm hoping that that's not some kind of jammer, because although I canceled the nuclear attack, we're still firing guided missiles at that closest ship. Guidance systems are working, but it doesn't matter. The ship's been destroyed. It's a little breathing room. Gives Randall a chance to effect some repairs on his ship, or at worst case scenario, he can turn his ship around and face his starboard side toward the enemy. It's really not. I mean, the other action that's going on is all fighter-based stuff, and it's happening across most of our, I guess, side of the map. Only other thing out there is the cataphract, the Corvette, which is getting hacked like crazy. I mean, this fighter squadron that's chasing it is going to just essentially hack it into submission, it seems. I don't know how to alleviate that other than sending another fighter squadron out there to help. And that might be what we have to do, but I'm seeing bad things in the cards because he's hacking systems. He already knocked out their fire control, which they're going to try to repair now. Inevitably, he's going to go after their navigation systems, which are already compromised. Forget fire control. Let's repair nav. Yeah, eventually he's going to hack completely into the nav controls and stop the ship. And then you can see what they're doing with that. This Revenant is heading that way. So they've kind of got a multi-pronged thing. The fighter will stop the Corvette. The Revenant will come in for the kill. The rest of their ships, I don't know. They're not being super aggressive. Except this unknown ship. Which, we're going to peel off a fighter squadron to identify it. It needs a nuke. Otherwise, I think we're good. I'm going to tidy up the fleet a little bit. But other than that, we're going to let this roll. What just got hit? Wow. That's a Cerebus, okay? That's a big ship. Okay, fingers crossed. My big concern now is this pink nebulous stuff, that it would fuck with our guidance systems. I don't know if it will or not. But we are going to risk a nuke now. Everything else can proceed as is. No, wait, something did. Oh no, those, okay, I see. These are the missiles that were fired from our frigate, and its target was destroyed. So honestly, I don't think that the pink business messed with the guidance systems. So I'm hopeful that the nuke's going to work. Our fighters are moving more toward their zone at this point. The Hydra, this is a support ship. I think we run, if it stays alive, it'll probably resupply their flagship. Oh, we've got a few fighters out here now. Okay. So this squadron is going to attack. No. Let's have you both attack that. Although, I take it back. You should defend. You should both defend. Just this turn, since there's missiles incoming. I don't know why I'm rooting for that little Corvette, but he's proving to be enough of a distraction to the enemy to have split their forces. And that, we appreciate. Going to have one of these fighter squadrons come back to the main fleet and defend it, because we can't have our entire cap out there. Flying wherever they like. Here she takes it well from the rear. I'm glad you asked the question too, because that totally saved us a nuke. Yeah, I think he will come around. Right now, still his port side is the more vulnerable side, but you can see that it's being repaired thanks to that supply ship. Still, its right side is much better shape. So I think it will come about ultimately. We'll just give it another turn. No one's going to hit anything. What about you? You got missiles? Not yet. In fact, lead echelon can start turning already. Just to commit to it. Hell, they should all begin their turn. What difference is it going to make? You know what I'm saying? Like, the nuke's going to fire either way. I don't think we're in gun range. Doesn't appear we are. Okay. That'll do. Let's watch the nuke. What fired those little missiles? Well, there's a bunch of torpedoes. I'm glad they fired those torpedoes in the exact same moment that we initiated our turn. That may spare us a fair amount of damage. Don't want those ships to collide. In fact, we want to keep turning to starboard, but I wonder... The Atlas can't do that so well. Okay. Well, we just won't make it so sharp a turn. You turn on your boosters and get back into the fleet, please. As for those missiles, I'm going to change elevation as well, just as an added precaution. We'll, I guess, dive because of the Atlas's proximity to us. Even though it probably won't hit the Osiris or the Andes, which is our Atlas carrier, they're gonna do some maneuvering as well. Comes standard in this situation, yeah. Okay, that fighter squadron is attacking the torpedo. This guy doesn't have chaff. How's this fighter squadron doing? It's attacking their flagship. It's not taking any damage. This thing's guns must be fairly large then. I think I did discover that last time. Alright, last thing. We need to check on that Corvette. Boy, you're causing quite a commotion over here. And yep, their nav is getting hacked, so he's slowing down to a stop. I think all the fighter squadrons in the world aren't gonna... Well, no, all the fighter squadrons in the world would destroy that, but they're not gonna help at this point. Because, I mean, my squadrons came over here to stop this. They can't even fire at it because there's enemy squadrons here. He is repairing what? Navigation. Yeah. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? No fire control, so it's not like that Corvette can fire any guns or missiles. And that is that. Let's hope that this nuke hits. And then hope that it actually does something. Oh, do we miss the torpedoes? Damn it. Of course not. That hurt, right? Yeah, kind of did. Okay. Not as much as I was hoping, but I guess it did hurt. Meanwhile, our starboard side, actually the rear, is what needs repairs at this point. Just wanted to see if that space rock was going to be in between us and the whatever that is. I forget what class. Is it Cerberus? Cerberus. Cerberus. Okay. We could fire guided ordnance, but honestly, we'd hit our own ships unless this guy hardly moves at all. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it. Kill the thrusters. Get into aggressive posture. Fire a salvo. Last thing, I think, is to just watch the demise of this ship. All of his systems are pretty much offline. Now he's getting hacked by multiple squadrons. Not great. I mean, even the fighter battle is not... Okay, well, that squadron's okay. This fighter squadron's almost been destroyed. That sucks. Again, I guess it's a distraction, but it's also... It's a no-win situation over there. Alright, here goes. For missiles heading from our frigate to the enemy flagship, or, well, to the enemy Cerberus. I don't know what those noises were. But I do see we have more torpedoes coming in. This time they're anticipated. So we can fire our flag cannons off the starboard. We'll do that with the Osiris as well, I think. Flak, starboard. We take this blow and then we fire another nuke at the Cerberus. You're still healing the main ship, aren't you? In fact, go ahead and reload that. I don't remember which ship we fired the nuke from, but... yeah, the flagship. Okay. Reload that. Everything else appears to be in good shape. We've got missiles out heading toward Cerberus. Okay. And how's our little loss cost going? Is it over? Yeah. Yeah, it's over. Let's recall our fighters that were out there. Whoa. Okay. I don't think this other fighter squadron is going to make it back. The one's been knocked out. These guys, they're in good shape, but they've got a long way to go and a lot of Cylon fighters nearby. And yeah, the cataphract is gone. Well, now it is. They've got a nuke inbound. Shit. We need to... I guess first off, we keep the flak fields going. We need to repair the stern of our capital ship. Of our flagship, rather. We won't be firing any nukes through our own flak field, so that's kind of off the table. Are they even firing their flak? Yes, they are. Both ships are. Okay. Right, that's about all we can do, and just hope that... there is a fighter squadron. Got 8 fighters in there, all trying to intercept that nuke. That may well happen. But I don't want to bank on it, you know. I think even this squadron appears to be, actually, if not yet, we'll put them on the same task, more or less. Put them in the area and put them on defend. All right, come on, pilots, you got this. You got it. That was actually too easy. Okay. More incoming ordnance. I don't know where from exactly. I don't see it. I just heard the warning for it. Oh, it's way back here. Alright. We're going to stay aggressive with our fighters. We're going to keep our fighters near their capital ships. Or, well, near their flagship and their supply ship. They'll stay over there. We'll try to finish this ASAP with nukes. Okay, so cancel the flag. We will prepare for a nuclear mission against that. Let's hope we get positive results this time. Another mission from the Osiris targeting their flagship. I'm a little less optimistic about that, but let's see if it can be done. These guys, man, they really, I don't think they could fire another volley, and it's just too much space rock here. Okay. That'll do. So, anticipating the flag stopping and 2 nukes out. One at that, Cerberus, and the other at the, what's it, Argos? Anyway, their flagship. Here comes incoming. We might be able to launch up flak again. Maybe. Like, you know, not hit our nukes. How's that look? Oh yeah, our nukes are clear. Yeah, there's several friendly squadrons active. We know that. How about this one? The nukes are clear of that? I hope so. They appear to be. Let's just go off of the technical data we've got. He is clear to fire at this point, I think, at either target. This one's a little more shaky with some space rock out there, but we're going to do it. Worst case scenario, we lose a few guided missiles. Okay. I imagine we're going to be fine. The nukes will survive. What, Caribus? Oh, like Kaiser. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Well, yeah. I think we're good. Come on, closest nuke, and do something. Are we hitting their torpedoes? 1 torpedo got through. That's alright. Our nukes are away. Was that enough? No, it wasn't. The thing's still hanging on. And sure as shit, they are going to intercept the second nuke, aren't they? Motherfucker, that sucks. Okay, they're doing it with ordnance this time. Firing a damn drone or something out there. Okay, let's kill the flag. Let's see what kind of shape this... Wow. Man, this thing can take nukes. Well, I'm still glad I fired them, because Lord knows what guided missiles do. It probably not much at all. Either way, their hull is busted on their port side and on their front. I mean, so I guess that's good. I almost want to fire another nuke, but I wanted to save some for their capital ship. Yeah, we only have 2 left. Is that accurate? And one of which is aboard this, so we can go ahead and send that over to one of the capital ships. That'll have to do. I did cancel flak, right? Yes. Okay. Man, it's a shame about this nuke. Not gonna make it, though. I almost guarantee it. Yep. Motherfuckers. Where do they get these wonderful toys? Incoming again. Brace for impact. Hit that flak again. Man, they've got a lot of missiles coming in. This guy can't fire yet. I just want to bury this ship so badly. You know what I mean? Before the rest of its fleet. I mean, you could... Hell, the rest of the fleet is going to catch up and reconsolidate. Except for this guy. Talk about long game. Because, man, we're going to have to track him down. I mean, he's out there chasing shadows. And they keep launching these... I mean, which one of these ships is able to launch stuff, like, to ad nauseum? The Herald... Is this it? Like, or is that a side effect of their supply ship? I just don't understand how they're able to launch so many raiders. Because there's no way they've been returning to their ships and docking. It's like they're producing more or some shit. Anyhow, we've got flak going out to stop these incoming salvos. That's about all we got this turn. Here goes. Yeah, I won't be able to say Caribus now that now that I look at the way they spell it again, it's like, it's so Cerberus to me. I just... Caberos meaning spotted. Yes, Hades named the three-headed dog. Spot. That's hilarious.
I need flak reload now.
Okay, we ate up all of those. That's good. Oh, man. We cannot let these two link up. I so want to send a ship over there and just gun that thing down. And I'm for some reason thinking the captain of the Osiris hears that loud and clear. On the one hand, I hate to break up with the flagship, but on the other hand, if no other ship is going, if we're not going over there as a fleet, someone's got to go over there, and it's this ship, I think. Splitting forces, that may not be great, but... Well, and we keep the flagship defending the main fleet. We're really shying away from using additional nukes, because... it's like, on the one hand, I could fire another nuke at this, but... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Gotta be bold, I guess.
Alert squad is 70 by 76.
Oh yeah, he's firing at that. That's what we're talking about? Battlestars and whatnot. Yeah, spare the nuke. Just hit him with your guns. We're in aggressive posture. As for those missiles coming in, honestly, yeah, they're armor-piercing missiles, and our fighter, we got 2 squadrons inbound to try to stop them. This guy's attacking the Argos class. Don't do that. Attack the fighters. And you two attack the nearby fighters. I know they're never ending. And all the while, this this raptor has been attached to the hull of the enemy flagship. They tried to send Marines. The boarding party's all dead, but they're still attached. Well, let's get out of there. So they're resupplying. It flat out tells me that. Munition supply. PCM, they're resupplying. Torpedoes, they're resupplying. In nuke, it says max. So yes, they are creating their new munitions out of thin air. They're either bringing it from here, or that's something this ship can do, is manufacture. That's cheating. Okay, I kind of want to focus. I guess we keep firing flak. Can't fire it for the whole fight. No. Yeah, just keep firing it for now. No sense in firing missiles with all those jamming devices out there. Here goes. Just let's go back to classic ballistic attacks from the Osiris against this piece of shit. And he's hitting him with the forward guns. Those are heavy as hell. That was the ticket, right? I think. Yep. That did it. The Osiris is like, see? To the rest of the fleet, like, there's a reason we were the flagship for so many years. That's how you kill a Cylon. Now wait for us. We gotta catch up. And good deal to keep the flak on. They got another nuke inbound. You guys going after the nuke or the torpedoes? One of you's going after the nuke. Okay. How many fighters are in that one of you? 8. Yeah, you'll shoot it down. Nonetheless, I'm going to keep the flak up because as long as they've got that jamming going on. And what the hell are these guys doing? Oh, that's a Revenant. Oh, okay. The Canceron local forces are hanging back. The enemy fleet has pretty much reunited and is trying to bear down on us. Okay. We'll just take them as they come. Let the fighters do what the fighters are doing. Here we go. And I don't have to try to pronounce Carabus anymore. Cerebus. Cerberus. Looking at chat to find out, what was it? Carabus. Well, it's space dust at this point. Okay, we don't really want our fighters flying into our flak, so we might deactivate it. I think the nuke is gone. I do believe it is. So we'll cancel flak. Get these fighters to... they're trying to board us now. Hit these heavy boarders. I hate whatever's manufacturing all this stuff. I enjoy having fighter superiority, but man, if they can just keep on making them, then no, forget that. So this one is like some kind of mine. It's just sitting out there, right? So let's attack this ship with missiles. No, because that's a war driver squadron. They can do that too. It's ridiculous. Okay. Forget the missiles, Otto. You can't use them. Captain of the Monaco's like, oh yeah, we can. You watch. Firing my missiles at that Revenant gunship. I'm half tempted for the Osiris to stay bold and fire its nuke too. Because though it wouldn't be a huge deal for them, well, no, let's just go with guided ordnance. Not guided missiles, not the nuke. We'll see how they fare. Of course, in the time that elapses, things change. Here we go. Damn it. Not good. Fire that flak again. Our right side has been breached. The hull is taking damage. Okay. Flak. Starboard. Probably turn our fighters back so they don't chase that idiot into our flak. Hopefully the idiot keeps advancing. Hold on, if this is like an EMP mine or something. No, we can't. Can't disarm it. Okay. You know what? Let's unattach from this thing and just attack it. Getting into a broadside between the gunship and the Osiris. I want to say advantage Osiris. Just bury it. Caution to the wind again, Osiris. Fire your nuke. I think after this battle, Commander Randall's going to get back aboard the Osiris. He's going to be like, I want to be on this ship with the aggressive captain. Okay, so you're still repairing the rear. Let's switch that. Repair the right side of that ship. Of the flagship, that is. Okay, I think that's it. We've got a nuke going out from the Osiris against the nearest gunship. They're trying to jam around our flagship, the Pyrenees. So that's the hope. Our guided missiles did make it through without being intercepted. Let's hope our nuke does too. It's going to make it. There's no question. Good deal. As for the Pyrenees, cancel the damn flak. Fire a nuke at the closest ship. I mean, you watch the Osiris do it. You try it out. See if luck favors this ship as well. Do got to repair the hangar bay. Our pilots would appreciate that, I think. And we have canceled flak, correct? Yes, because we don't want to destroy our own nuke. Carrier's at a good distance. Light carrier can probably come in closer. So the repair ship will stay near our carrier. I imagine our fighters are out there doing the Lord's work. Yes, they are outnumbering the enemy. Yeah, okay. I want to say that is it. We have a nuke about to hit the enemy gunship, the Revenant. Then we have an Arachne, another class of enemy, midship, cruiser, or whatever. We will have a nuke out on it as well. In the interim, the Pyrenees will put its guns on that Arachne, I guess. And let's see how this goes.
Using gun manual.
Thank you, Osiris.
Firing on target.
Their gunship is gone. Now it's putting fire on their... I mean... Man. Meanwhile, our flagship is suffering decompressions on the starboard side. It needs to turn away. Like, drastically. And in fact, this frigate will get closer to the enemy to try to draw their fire, which is a sure sign of a desperate situation. We just do not want our flagship to fall. Carrier can't do much. I mean, we have that sweeper squadron. You can launch those. Light carrier is also going to speed up and try to get closer to the enemy. Like that. Yep. Are we on defensive posture with the flagship? I would hate for the right side to be the death of this thing, because the rest of the ship's in good shape. It's just the starboard side's a mess. You can't jam a bullet. Exactly. That's why the Osiris did that, of course, yeah. I'm sure the captain of the Osiris let out the, oh, frack it. Sitting here deliberating over whether to fire or not fire, and it's kind of like, we've got all these guns. Alright, so the nuke should hit the Arachne, and everything else, I guess, seems to be satisfactory. Here we go. Oh man, the flagship's in such bad shape. And still getting hit. Keep your turn and keep diving. Could be worse. If they had fired that against our port side, if we had not made that turn, it would probably be over. We'll turn the ship around. We don't want to collide, so we'll have the Osiris drop down. Fuck it. The Osiris is committed to this fight. 100%. They've kind of taken this thing by the horns. However, they don't have any more missiles. Nope, we are fresh out. So all the Osiris has is guns, and she intends to use them. Take this light carrier and slow it the hell down, and it's just going to sit here and fire. Get into condition 1. Open up. Our frigate, its right side is torn to hell, so let's turn its port side to the enemy. Fire some missiles, because he was dumb enough to sail out of that protective bubble. Fighters. At this point, most fighters go after their supply ship. Knock that out. And then they still have a ship out here, and I think don't they still have a ship way out here? Yes, they do. Bastards. Whatever. It's a problem for another time. Here we go. I think everything's set up correctly. Or as best I can. Let's destroy their flagship now, shall we? Nobody's firing. Except for our frigate. Are we not in gun range? I guess not. There we go. The light carrier's doing it. So the Osiris needs to get closer. Well, it's not. Speed isn't necessarily her strong suit. Scoot this guy up. Climb with him. We need repairs to the rear of the flagship. If that's not happening, it needs to. Because that is the thinnest part right now. And our carrier will turn away from the battle. Our sweeper will move toward the enemy. Actually, sweeper will move in between this unidentified ship and us. I haven't been paying enough attention to know whether that unidentified ship has been firing missiles, but in the event that it does, we'll at least have him out there. I think that'll do. Come on, Battlestars, open fire. Please. There we go. Not good. Not as bad as it could be, though. If those torpedoes weren't coming in, I would honestly change the flagship to offensive just to finish this ASAP with their flagship. Ooh, I don't know if we would finish it ASAP. If we did that, never mind. Oh man. Okay, well the Osiris is actually hitting it now. Where are we taking damage? It's right side, so it's going to spin around. It should still have a firing arc for the whole spin. And this just... I so feel like I'm risking the flagship. I keep checking it to see what side our armor is torn to hell on, and no specific side. We're most vulnerable in our aft portion right now. Second to that would be the right side. The left side is about to get a beating, though, so that'll change. I do not want to open up with flak, do I? I don't see why not. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I might be able to stop him. God, we have so many fighters right there. Forget it. The fighters are hugging us. They are attacking torpedoes, that's why. Okay. Here goes. We got to nuke these fighters. And did that ship just jump? I guess it did. But that's their flagship, right? It wasn't a new ship. Yeah. Okay. She's got decompressions. Not that that matters when you're a robot, but it's always a good sign, though, right? Let's see. Left is 78. Honestly, yeah, the Osiris is still in good shape. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Flagship. Keep on saying your prayers. The light carrier's starting to realize that he can pretty much sail around here without getting attacked. Apparently. So, yeah, we'll get much closer with our smaller ships. To the point where that Argos is almost forced to attack them. The fuck? It's another Cerberus. This is another... What are these? Carriers, basically. This is... I mean, yeah, no wonder they've had so many fighters. So, no, he doesn't have missiles. The ship that does have missiles is right there and has to reload this round. We need to destroy him this round, and our supply ship needs to get the hell out of there. Why is he sailing toward the enemy? Because of my neglect. That's why. Here we go.
This seemed to
has been dominated. The second away by the will of Lachesis.
What in the hells is that supposed to mean?
Colonial fleet. I take it you are responsible for the sudden stop in transmissions by the toaster.
Minister Winutu, so that you're aware, this engagement will be reported in full to Admiral Kane in the Quorum.
I would expect nothing less from Colonial Fleet. Prime Minister Hudson has resigned. I will personally oversee the investigation into his dealings with Cylon Command. You can tell Admiral Kane that Canceran remains the steadfast ally of the Quorum.
Bullshit. If you were such a steadfast ally, your ships would be doing something. And they haven't been. So, there's that. Okay. I don't want to risk the flagship anymore. It's driving me. This particular ship's safety is driving me nuts. They do need to repair their... What did they need to repair? What was it? Their armory. Okay.
System repairs underway.
Of course, I mean, they're useless. If they don't participate with their guns, then they honestly don't have any business being here. They could just F off like the carrier did. And it sucks to think the Osiris is pretty much assigned to finishing this. And it's crazy that this is going on so
Yes,
damn
sir.
long. She agrees with that. She's like... Okay, we're pretty much aligning to deal with that next. Cylon ship fighters can do what they're doing. Weird thing about this game, full bundle is 112. Won't let you put it in the list. It may not matter to the robots, but the hot chicks and lizard men are toast. She's suffering decompressions out the port side. Oh my god, there's tons of hot women spilling out of the port side, sir. Are there lizard men too? Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, I'm glad their flagship's gone. Oh, wait. Holy shit, Canceron. Look at you.
Subsystem is back online.
I have command of them, okay. Well, Canceron ships, I think the best thing for you all to do at this point would be to fire
Firing
at the
solutions
enemy,
updated.
which is the Cylons, for the record.
Understood.
I'm sure the Cylons are throwing their hands in the air like, oh, now the Cancerons are attacking us. Of course they are. I don't think I can hit that, really. I'm just so relieved that the Canceron fleet's under my control now. I mean, this whole thing's a Canceron fleet, by the way. But there's federal versus local, and rather colonial versus local, I guess. I couldn't help but laugh at the carrier. Just, yeah, see you. we've seen enough. Light carrier is going to kick on the thrusters and just try to get to what's left of the fight quickly. Same with our frigate. Fact. And we're gonna have to fly over there to that last guy.
Firing solution is online.
What blew up? Okay, good.
Target 83 by 88.
Oh, by the way, Cylon supply ship. that's what it was. It blew up. It's kind of unnerving when you're not looking at the explosion. You hear it in this game. It's like, oh god, something lost it. Yeah, good deal. Okay. This frigate's, it's just gotta watch its right side, really. I shouldn't worry too much, just as long as he's aware he needs to keep his right side away from the enemy. Alright. I think somewhere in this mess, we might, well, we won't get a kill yet, but we'll tear this thing up, yeah. We will get a kill. That's a lot of fire.
We've been through worse.
Okay, Cancer on Elements. Could you go deal with that last ship, please?
Understood.
Because I still think you're kind of responsible for what's been going on here. And I think the Osiris one's in. Although, there's part of me that thinks it should stay back and defend its flagship. Yeah. I don't know that they'll jump in more Cylons, but if they were to jump Cylons in on our flagship, it'd be over. Same thing with the carrier, too, to be honest. I truly don't suspect they will.
On it, Commander.
Okay. Unlike the mission from a couple days ago, this has gone better. To me, it's been a stressful battle, but it's gone better than that.
Yes, Commander.
I think part of being overly paranoid about the flagship is after what happened to Commander Barstow's ship. I just knew I didn't want a repeat of that. Didn't want to lose another Battlestar right out the gate. Stay clear of the rocks.
On it, Commander.
Where is this last Cylon ship? Huh. Oh, there it is. There it is. Revenant in perfect shape. I would say it's the one that destroyed the Cataphract, our Corvette. Angle a little bit since now we know. Since I've actually seen where it is now. The sweeper can go ahead and land.
Recalling squadron.
Gunship won't have any missiles. All right.
Yes, Commander.
See, this ship had to worry about its right side, I think.
Yes, Commander.
We're gonna have our Raptor flying close. Get that thing to start using its guns on the Raptor. We're trying to, anyways. I don't think it'll. Revenants aren't great at hitting small targets. But the more guns that it has wasted on that, the better.
Understood.
Go into offensive posture, open fire with the broadside. These are the Canceron chips. Or at least that lead one is. The next two are Colonial. The final two are Canceron gun chips. This one's going awful slow. What's your effing hurry?
On it, Commander. Yes, Commander.
All right. Here we. At least one of your ships will collide. I bet that's back there with the fleet. Yes, it is. Okay. That would not be good. Let's slow this mess down so the carrier can catch up. Assuming it is heading this direction. It's really not. Okay, great.
Understood.
All right. I want to keep my focus over here with the lead Canceron ship that has just come in. After all, it's taken some fire and is about to return said fire.
They're giving us a hell of a shot, sir.
On it, Commander.
He'll actually switch to defensive mode, since he is attracting most of the fire. The Monaco, our frigate, is going to get into offensive posture and fire guided missiles.
Missiles on their way.
The communicator, like
Yes,
the
Commander.
whatever you want to call that static you're hearing, is part of the game, I believe. Essentially, I hear it too.
Action stations ready.
I don't know why the game does that. I think especially late in battles, it starts getting staticky. And probably something that's a console exclusive. Alright, here we go. You can fire missiles, or rockets, I forgot. There you go, do that. Don't miss though. Don't hit the space station. Yeah, like everything's a little choppier too. Frames per second or whatever. I don't know if it's just too much space debris or what. Not super fond of it though. I don't think you're in range yet. So no, get closer. You too. Don't even know where you're heading.
Understood.
How about you? I bet your starboard side's all busted up. Yep. So turn away and turn your port side to them. Here we go.
We've got them now.
Do we? Wow, how choppy it is. I think it's Cylon interference is what it is. The Revenant is flying back this way, like, okay, let's see how our victory looks. Oh, shit. This can't be right. Hey, Laszlo, how you doing? Destroy Earth. Save us from blue-haired. That's the transmissions we're getting. I think our best option would be to quarantine the blue-haired planet. Just keep our distance. Keep their IDs. Out.
They're breaking. Push the line.
End it quick before the game breaks. Looks like, I mean, wow, how slow it's going. I mean, the Cylons are hacking into my game. Kill it now.
Berserk is taking damage.
We can't take a round worse than this. It's weird though, there's not even like a lot going on. Exactly. It's like...
All Cylon units are dark. Minister Winutu has ordered all Canceran units to stand down.
And that makes this all better. Enough to forget that she was the one pushing warships to the SDU in the first place.
The situation down there sounds a lot more complex than you're making out.
She's on your side now. She'll be friendly with Kane in no time, and everyone's back to fighting the Toasters again. It's all that matters to you people.
Right now? Yeah, it is.
That's all I needed to know. Commander, I can't continue in good conscience to help you. Like I said to you once before, there's too many folks out here putting their politics before their people. You ever need patching up, you find me at PyCon. Otherwise, and no offense, I'll be happy to never see either of you again.
Well, take care out there, Sherman.
You too, Helena. Commander?
Goodbye, Sherman. Thanks for everything. I wonder if it can handle the replay. Either way, I'm gonna try. I gotta say, I think you're right. Maybe it was like the amount of debris from the destroyed ships. Maybe the space rocks didn't help on this particular map. Plus, there was a lot of small weapons fire there. But, wow, there were so many damn Cylon fighters. Okay. Blow up the last Cylon 5 feet away from them. we want to give them a good show. Sure, some of them might get hit by debris, but souvenirs, my friend, souvenirs. Here we go.
All systems are nominal.
Time to make a bunch of mama toasters cry.
Weapons free and by the numbers, folks.
Escort clearance zone is active. Escort clear zone intact. Priority 1 is in safe hands.
Keep your target locked and watch for clearance. Not today.
They're already in our network. We can't keep them out. Marks incoming on priority 1.
Intercepting.
Keep that black wall up.
Come on, come on, come on. I need blast reload now. Alert squad needs to keep 70 by 76 sphere for flak projections. Listen, listen, taking hit. Incoming.
I think this is about where the local forces decided to
Give me manual control now.
participate. I think.
God damn it, they got me.
No, not quite yet, is it? Or yeah, it is. We had destroyed their flagship. No, it isn't. Wow, this was a long fight. Okay. As I say, yeah, because we were out of nukes by that point. This is when the Osiris decided to get all badass. Which honestly did change the tide, I think. It may have already been swaying in our favor, but that sealed the deal. And then if that weren't enough, having the Cancer Op forces finally participate sure helped. There's the enemy flagship. He tried to jump. That didn't take him very far. Good night, Battlestar. Now Cancer on local forces were like, well, we should help. We're planning to help whoever was going to win.
Solution is online.
Target
I'm curious if even the replay will, like, freeze up near the end. The way it was. All's quiet for a moment. There's the flagship, ours, the Pyrenees. Glad it would manage to scrape through.
They're giving us a hell of a storm, sir.
Don't even talk to us about that. Cancer on ships. Yeah, it is freezing up a little bit. That's alright. It's just the replay anyways. I mean, I wouldn't want to crash right now. That would mean I'd have to fight this again. Not really looking to do that. Sir, they're targeting our frames per second.
Time to clean up and go home.
Talk about a 70s ending, you know? Just freeze frames. All those pilots are like, yeah! That'll work. Man, oh man. That was a fight. Silas Nash is the commanding officer of the Galactica. No, I think it's someone named Agathon. We're not that far into the game. But Silas Nash, I think, is the most famous commander of the Galactica during the First Cylon War. I think Adama is a young pilot aboard that ship at some point near the end. But yeah, Nash is actually in some of the, I forget which movie, one of the standalone movies. Bald guy. And I guess to Adama is a big deal meeting him. Anyhow, that took up enough time. I don't think I can do another battle with what time remains. Besides, I think that my game needs a little break. Or at the very least, I do. That said, they still have an issue at Styx. I may do this on stream, I may not. After all, the ones I really want to get on stream are the big ones. For instance, Galactica is the next one. Really close to the end of this leg of the game. This leg of the game that I've been streaming this whole time. It moves on to more of a Battlestar Galactica focused game. You're focusing on that particular Battlestar. And the map room changes. You end up on the bridge of the Galactica. Anyhow, I will get there. And probably be playing some other games along the way. I am. Yeah, he was aboard the Valkyrie, but what was the name of, was it Blood and Chrome? At the very end of that, I want to say, or at some point during it, he goes aboard Galactica. But, shit, you're talking about, like, didn't Adama command Valkyrie at some point? What was the other ship that he commanded before Galactica? I don't remember. I do remember seeing from, I want to say it was Blood and Chrome, where he does go aboard the Galactica. He ends up in the CIC, maybe to receive a mission. And Silas Nash is the captain then, or at least, or Commander Nash is what they call him, I guess. And you only see him for a brief moment. Of course, they put said brief moment in the trailer to make you think there's going to be more about the Galactica. But I remember seeing that and being like, holy shit, that's that guy. I'm trying to remember what Adama commanded before the... I know he... Didn't they get into... Didn't they do civilian stuff? Him and Colonel Ty? At some point, I know, yeah, they were more in the merchant fleet. After the first Cylon War. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it all, to be honest. That's the other thing. The Valkyrie's in this game. Of course, it comes later, much later. But yeah, I will be back to streaming more Battlestar here soon. I don't know what the next thing I'll stream is. Could be this, or Sea of Thieves, or... honestly, I keep leaning towards... I'm curious, Rob, I gotta ask you at some point, what Disney did about the Star Wars music. Did they throw ads on your video? Did they say all ad revenue's gonna go to Disney? Did they mute the video completely? Or did they give you a strike? Because I want to play Lego Star Wars. I see videos out there by streamers. The vast majority of them mute the music through the whole thing. But of course, these are big channels that run their own ads. So I can see why they stopped there. But then I've also seen some people stream it that they keep the music on. And I think, well, either they haven't been noticed. And yet some of them have thousands of subscribers. So I don't know about not being noticed. Especially by an algorithm that just detects it one way or the other, you know. But I'm wondering, like, how are they able to sustain that? He was a pilot on Galactica, then a civilian pilot, then came back as XO on Columbia, then a string of commands before Galactica. Oh, okay. One of those being Valkyrie, right? I think. Because what was he commanding when he sent Bulldog across the red line? Speaking of which, well, that mission is in this game, which is kind of funny. Okay, yeah. I'm curious because, you know, I mean, there's some stuff I'd tolerate them doing. I don't want to strike, though. And plus 3 strikes and you're done, so it's like, yeah, I can stream 1, and then I have to wait 6 months for the strike to clear, or I could stream 2 of them and really push the envelope, and then wait for the strike to clear before I could stream another. But I do want to do it because I've been playing it a little bit with Billy, and it's kind of a clever little game. It's been fun. But of course, that's a different IP for a different time. This, of course, was Battlestar Galactica, and I want to thank everybody that stopped by to say hello tonight and hang out. Much appreciated. I know it's not super action-packed until the battle replay, and then it slows down to a jug. But it is what it is, and I definitely enjoy that franchise. As is always true, I am Automatic for Automatic Games. If you like this sort of thing, you can like it, and if you subscribe to this sort of thing, you can subscribe to it too. Thanks, Rob, Laszlo, Hawk, Grayson, Happy Monkey, Plaz, Samuel and Tar. Appreciate you saying hi. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for being here. Good night.